Morning, everyone. So yesterday, those are completed. Which one? Differences between manual testing and automation testing. Okay, differences between verification and validation. And differences between testing and debugging. These are we did yesterday. So today concept is the roles and responsibilities of a test engineer. Yes. As a tester, what is your roles? What is your responsibilities? So as a tester, we have to test one application. So if you want to test any application, we don't want any coding. Coding knowledge is not required. Only application functional knowledge is required. But as a tester, how to get the functional knowledge? First one is we have to review requirements like BRS, RS. To understand application functionalities. So what BRS I will tell? Business requirement specification. FRS means functional requirement specifications. So application related every information available, these two documents only. Once you read these two documents, you will get some idea. You will get complete idea. Okay, what BRS, what FRS, everything we will get it. Once you read, then automatically you will get complete idea about the application functionalities. So review on requirements like BRS and FRS to understand application functionalities. Once it is done, next role is identify test scenarios for allocated module. So what is a test scenario? Test scenario means simple answer, one word answer. What to test in application is called as a test scenario. For example, if I am given one application, sir, inside I want to test something. So in this case, what I want to test. So here two functionalities are there, login and a reset. So those two are scenarios. So what to test in application is called as a scenario. So in this case, yes, test scenario one is login validation. Second scenario is reset. Two scenarios will be there. Not only this one, you can take any example. Yes. For example, if we can consider any another application, a regular application, Facebook, you can consider. In the Facebook, what we have to test here? Here scenarios are login, forget password, create new account. Three scenarios will be there. So scenario means what to test in application. Here also, login functionality I have to check. Second one, forgotten password I have to check. Third one, create new account. 3 will be there. So every page, what I want to test is called as the scenario. For example, in this case, two scenarios are there: login, reset. In Facebook, 3 are there: login, forget password, create an account. Like that, what we have to test is called as a scenario. But interview don't tell what to test. It's wrong. You have to tell a definition. Test scenario means either it is a condition or a functionality or a requirement which we need to validate. It describes a test condition or a requirement or functionality which we need to validate is called as a scenario. Example, identify test scenarios on HMS login page. HMS means this one, hospital management system. Hospital management system, I'm giving shortcut HMS. So here only 2 scenarios are there: login and reset. The first one is login validation. Second one is reset. 2 are there. So as a tester, first we have to review the documentation. Once I review documentation, I can get the application functionalities. Based on that, I can identify the scenario. So this is the role. So as a test engineer, your role in the company. So today end of the session, I will take numbers. Who paid the fees? Give your numbers. Okay. Only payment students only. Who paid? Those only give numbers. End of the session, not now. So once you identify scenarios, next role is we can prepare test cases. Test cases for manual testing. So what is a test case? Sir, scenario means what to test. Test case means how to test. Yes. If I identified scenarios, login validation, reset, how can we test it? That is called as a test case. So generally, if any login button is there, how we need to check? Different possibilities will be there. I can check login with valid data, invalid data, without data, like that. So the validation procedure of a scenario. So for example, a pen is there. I want to check that pen, whether it is writing or not writing. What to do? Open cap and write something on the board. That is, so same thing here. My requirement is, 1 second hold. So the validation procedure means how we can test, that is called as a test case. So it consists set of steps or sequence of steps with user actions subsequent response from the system means, so how we can check login function? By entering data. Whenever I enter data, then automatically we will get it clarity. Same thing here also. Okay, yeah. So here for login button, whatever possibilities are there, identify possible test cases for login validation. First test case, verify login functionality with valid data. So first, always every time we have to check with valid data only. Yes and yes means enter correct username and correct password. What is the system response we have to write? After that, we can go with invalid data. That is the second possibility. Third possibility, login functionality without data. Three cases will be there everywhere. But just if I am telling normally, I have to verify login functionality with valid data, invalid data without data. So where we can write in Excel file, write test cases to verify login functionality with invalid data. So why I'm selecting second case means, in the case of second case, invalid case, we have three possibilities will come in. Three possibilities will be there. Yes, that is, one is, three possibilities will be there. What about those? First of all, I have to check with valid username, invalid password. Second, invalid username, valid password. Username, invalid password. Three cases should be there. So what is system? That is I'm telling, sir, simple, sir. Test case is nothing but our user action and the system response we have to write. That is called as a test case. Simplest thing. But where we can write in our Excel file, I will show a sample test cases to you. See this. Later I will tell other one also, present series. Yes. See here. The test case ID, test case description, step name, step description, expected result. So first T001 HMS login ID. Next to test description means scenario. What to test in application. So I have to test a login functionality with invalid data. That is I'm written. This is scenario. Step name. Each test case, how many steps are there? 3 steps will be there. So enter valid username, invalid password. Click on login button. I'm given data also. What we are expecting. So here see, so test case means just I'm given user actions. So first of all, it is a scenario. After that, This is nothing but your user actions. This is system response. That is I'm telling. What is the test case? Set of steps or sequence of steps with user actions and subsequent response from the system. Test scenario means this is what to test in the application. This is the scenario. For this first step, first case is valid username, invalid password, system response. Second, invalid username, valid password. Third, both should be invalid. Error message should expecting. So after this, observe. Valid possibility is also there, but valid possibility only one. See that. Valid possibility. TC002 HMS. So here see, test case is to verify login functionality by using valid data. It is called as a scenario, what to test in application. It's not a precondition. Here only one step is there. Enter valid username and valid password, then click on login button. Username is admin, password is admin. Login should be successful. That is the second case. So like that we have to write possibilities. Without data means enter username without password. Without username, enter password, both. Like that you have to write. So this is a sample test case template. Later on I will give another template also. So as a tester, we have to write this type of test cases in English like language, simple. So test cases are very simple and easy. Just like in normal English language, we have to mean simple. Whatever you want to perform, that actions you can write. Enough. That is the third role. So what is the first role? Reading the documentation, understand functionalities. Second one, identify test scenarios. Test scenario means what to test. Based on that, prepare test cases. That is called as how to test. Okay. Once the test cases are completed, we have to develop automation test scripts. Develop automation test scripts. That is at the time of Selenium we will discuss. What is a test script? How to write scripts and those things. So once the test cases, test scripts are completed, my pre-recorded videos are already I recorded videos. Those I will give. Everyday class recording our team will give. Okay. I will give all concepts, pre-recorded videos I will give. Okay. But daily class recording, my team will give you Google Drive access. That is permanent access, whatever I am given. Whenever you can require, then reference purpose. That is older, newer. Okay. So every day, whatever class completed, this recording will be given by my team. Whatever I am given pre-recorded, that is all concepts I recorded, those videos I am given. Okay. So now, so we have to develop automation test scripts. Once it is completed, we have to review on those, whether all completed and not completed, everything. So review on test cases, automation test scripts. To check the correctness and completeness. Yes, once all completed, we have to review whether all possibilities completed and not completed, everything. After that, we can execute. Execution of test cases and test scripts. So the level of execution, definitely you can identify defects. Defect means as we discussed, what is a defect? What is a defect? So once we can execute all these, I am identifying defects. Immediately I have to intimate it to the developers. That is called as defect reporting. Either by manually or by using defect tracking tools. Last one, performing retesting and regression testing. So what is that retesting regression? I will tell. Wait. So generally, this is the roles of a tester in the organization. So every person, first we have to review the documentation, BRS and FRS. Identify test scenario. Test scenario means what to test in the application is called as the scenario. Either it is a test condition or a requirement or a functionality which we need to validate. Next, prepare test cases for manual testing. What is a test case? How to test scenario is called as test case. It consists of a set of steps, a sequence of steps with user actions, and subsequent response from the system. So I'm giving simple examples also. Okay. Now, so once I've written test cases and everything, we have to develop our automation scripts and we have to review on those test cases and everything. After that, we can execute the test scripts. Everything will be done. That is the roles and responsibilities of a test engineer. Definitely you can call to the team. They will provide Satyarat. So now see here, that is called as a roles and responsibilities. So generally everybody knows about that. What is a software? Software means everybody knows about that. Everyone nowadays using that one software. So at the time of software, two types will be there. One is product-based software. Second one is project-based software. So what is a product? A general example. Product means you can take a pen, a book, laptop, TV, refrigerator. All are products, only real world things. So product can be implemented for universal requirements, not a particular client requirement. Then that is called as a product. Okay. Yes, sir. So here product-based software is nothing but So one software can be developed based on standard or generic requirements. Example, Gmail is there, Google is there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These are implemented for not a particular customer. Universal requirement they can be implemented. It is called as a product. Whenever one software will be developed based on standard or generic requirements, and that can be selling to any customer or open source. Such a software is called as product based, because sir, open source means free. Gmail is free, Google is free, Facebook is free, Selenium is free, QTP is the license. QTP is the licensed version. Computer you have to pay the money, we can buy, anyone can buy. That is the product. Project means one software can be developed based on a particular client requirements. Based on their requirement, I can implement it and we are hand out to that person only. Whenever one software developed based on a particular client requirements, and that should be delivered to that particular client only. That is called as a project. Example, hdfcbank.com, icicibank.com, because there are particular clients based on the requirement, company can be implemented and given to that particular customer only. That is. So again, based on type of work, there are two types of companies in industry. One is product based. One is service based. Yes. Product based is nothing but, so they can always developing their own products only, like Microsoft, HP, Oracle, these are all. Which will focus on their own products to develop. Service based company which will develop projects for individual clients. So what is a company? Who are the client or customer, and who are end user? Company means everybody knows about that. It is one organization where application can be developed. That is called as a company. Yes. So whenever one application can be implemented, it's one organization, sir. That is called as a company. Client or customer means who will provide requirements to the company, maybe individual person or anyone. That is company means it is an organization where application will be developed. Client or customer. It is an organization or individual person who will provide the requirements to develop an application. End user means who will be using this application in the live. So for example, if I'm using Gmail, I am end user. If you are using Gmail, you are end user. If I'm using Book My Show, I am end user. End user means who will be used software network environment with real data. That is the company, client or customer, end user. So environments, whatever different environments are there. For example, now this is the classroom environment. Yes or no? So in college days also, in college, different environments will be there. Classroom environment, lab, library, gym, playground, like that. So different environments in the project. So every company, 4 environments will be there. Development means in this environment only developers will be there. They can develop an application by using some programs, Java, .NET, Python, something. So development environment is nothing but all the developers will be involved to develop an application. After that, it is given to the testers. Called as a testing environment. All testers will be there. Once it is completed, UAT. UAT means user acceptance. Client team will be there. Once the client is satisfied, last one production. Production means live. For example, Google is there. If I open Google application, Facebook application, these are all live applications. So if I'm using Google means it is a production live. That is. So for every project, 4 environments will be there. Development environment, testing, UAT, production. These are common for every application. So now, what is the system software and what is the application software? What is the difference between these two? So system software means whenever you can buy laptop or desktop, whatever is there, by default within the system, only hardware components are available. There is no software. If you want to install Java or Python, whatever is there, OS is required. Without OS, we won't do anything. If you want to play some songs, audio drivers are required. If you play some video, drivers required. That's why, sir, this is also called as BIOS. Basic input and output system. So these are used to provide interfaces between system components. Used to provide interface among system components. Example, I am given OS, device drivers, etc. That is the system software. Application software means every we are using now, that is front-end application. What we are seeing this is. So this is also called as a front-end application. Front-end application. For every application, two ends are there, front-end and back-end. Front-end means GUI. What we are seeing, that is called as front-end. Backend means in the backend database is available. For example, if I'm something search from the Google, where I can get the data from the backend. If I want to search for Selenium, if I get the information where I'm getting in the backend database. Suppose if any application, if I want to log in, I'm entering data where it will store in the backend database only. So to manipulate data into database, this front end is required. That is so this is also called as a front end application. These are developed based on user business needs. Whereas front end is used to manipulate data into database. Again, application different categories will be there. Yes. For example, so these things everybody know. Desktop application, web application, enterprise, distributed. The desktop is nothing but within your system, if it is available there, like MS Word, MS Paint, Excel file, calculator, within the machine, if it is available, then it is called as a desktop application. Web means already we know. Web is nothing but browser based. Gmail, Facebook, wherever we can go, we can use. Enterprises are nothing but banking applications. Some more superior to the web, more security, everything will be provided. Distributed means telecommunications. The services can be distributed to the multiple machines. Because if one machine is not working, another machine will be there. Mobile means in your mobile applications, so many will be there in our mobile. Mobile means in our mobiles, sir. So many apps will be there now. Book My Show, Paytm, all these things are available there. So that is the different categories of the applications will be available there. This story I will tell later on one by one, we will discuss.